Welcome to the Ravensburger Games YouTube channel. My name is Sam, and today we are going to be discussing 5 easy to teach board games for your next game night. We have games for literally everyone, ranging from bluffing, push your luck, deck building, and even strategy games. First up, we've got That's Not a Hat, a game all about bluffing and memory. In That's Not a Hat, players are going to be taking turns drawing an item card, secretly looking at it, and then passing it to the next player while declaring what it is. But here's the twist. You can actually lie about the item. The next player can either believe you and pass the card already in front of them along, or they can challenge by saying that is not the item they're claiming. And if they challenge and they are correct, then you keep the card, but if they're wrong, then they keep it. The goal is to have the fewest cards by the end of the game. It is extremely quick, hilarious, and it's honestly perfect for parties because as the game goes on, the cards that are going around the table are going to be harder and harder to determine what they are. You're going to start forgetting what's in front of you, you're going to start forgetting what you just received, and it just becomes pure chaotic fun. That's Not a Hat. Now let's move on to our next game. Now your goal in Hit is a familiar one. Move your pawns around the board in order to get home first. What makes Hit kind of different from other games in its genre is that the movement is actually player determined instead of randomly decided. In Hit, you will actually use cards to determine how your pawns move throughout the game, and your deck of cards will actually be changing over the course of play. Every turn, you will be playing 3 cards from your hand, and then you will have the opportunity to buy new cards from a market. Those new cards will actually make your deck more interesting and change you up from all of the other players at the table. This is what makes your deck work differently than everyone else's. It ends up being a super fun experience and a really good introduction to deck building. Next, let's dive into Strike, the fun and fast-paced battle arena dice game. In Strike, players take turns throwing dice into the arena, and the goal is going to be to match collecting sets of dice. On your turn, you're going to throw 1 dice into the arena, and if any dice match, you're going to go ahead and collect them. If not, you can either choose to throw another dice or you can choose to pass. But you're going to want to be careful because if you throw your dice and they don't make it into the arena, they're actually going to be out of the game forever. So you'll be throwing dice in there, collecting new dice, trying to be the last player with dice. Now the game is going to continue like this until only 1 player has dice left, and that player will be named the winner. Strike is simple, quick, and perfect to run tournaments with. It is super fun and would be a perfect addition to your game night. Next, let's check out Push. This is going to be a game of risk and reward. In Push, players are going to be taking turns drawing cards from a deck, trying to collect sets of different colors and numbers without busting. On your turn, you will be drawing cards one by one and placing them in up to 3 different columns. Now you can stop and take the highest value stack, and you may want to do that because you can't actually have the same color or number in any of your columns. So sometimes you're going to draw a card that just can't fit and you're going to bust and score nothing. You may see a roll card that will be revealed. This is a wild color and can be put in any of the columns, but if you end up actually taking a stack with a roll card, you have to roll a dice and risk losing all of that color shown in your bench. Now your bench is going to be separated into all these colors, but they're actually not safe from a potentially bad roll. So as your turn, you can bank one of those stacks in order to ensure that they are safe for the rest of the game. The game is going to end when the deck runs out, and the player with the most points will win. Push is full of drama and exciting decisions, and it will provide a heavy push your luck element to your game night. Lastly, let's talk about Labyrinth, a classic maze game full of strategy and fun. In Labyrinth, players are going to be navigating a shifting maze to collect treasures. Now the goal is to be the first to collect all of your treasures and return to your starting point. On your turn, you're going to be sliding one maze tile onto the board, shifting the maze and creating new paths. Then you're going to move your pawn along the open pathways towards your next treasure. Each player is going to have a stack of treasures to collect, and once you reach a treasure, you can reveal the next one and then continue navigating the maze. The game will actually continue until a player has collected all of their treasures and returned to their starting point. Labyrinth is so easy to learn, it is endlessly replayable, and is perfect to teach to all ages. But I'm hoping that one of these games you will be able to teach to your game group on your next game night. That is all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.